Good evening, everyone. So I hope you all are doing well and staying consistent with your preparation. So നമ്മൾ ഒരു ആദ്യമേ തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കോമ്പറ്റേറ്റീവ് ക്രാക്കറിന്റെ ഒരു വലിയ ഒരു ആഘോഷത്തിന്റെ ഒരു അവസരം ആണ് ഇത്. അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആദ്യമേ തന്നെ ആ ഒരു കാര്യം പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് ഈ ഒരു സെഷൻ ആരംഭിക്കാമെന്ന് കരുതി. സോ നമ്മുടെ കോമ്പറ്റേറ്റീവ് ക്രാക്കറിന്റെ ബിഗ് ഡേയ്സ് ഇപ്പോൾ നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. കോമ്പറ്റേറ്റീവ് ക്രാക്കറിന്റെ 10ാമത്തെ വാർഷികത്തോടനുബന്ധിച്ച് വളരെ വളരെ വലിയ ഓഫറോട് കൂടി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എല്ലാ കോഴ്സുകളിലും ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ബിഗ് ഡേയ്സ് സെലിബ്രേഷൻ നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആ ഓഫറിനെ പറ്റി കൂടുതൽ ഡീറ്റെയിൽസ് ഒക്കെ അറിയാനായിട്ടും ഒക്കെ ഈ തന്നിരിക്കുന്ന നമ്പറിൽ കോൺടാക്ട് ചെയ്യാവുന്നതാണ്. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ 90-ഡേ ബാച്ച് JRF വിക്ടറി ബാച്ചിന്റെ 90-ഡേ ബാച്ച് ആരംഭിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ എല്ലാ സബ്ജക്റ്റുകൾക്കും CSIR ഫിസിക്സിലും മറ്റ് UGC നെറ്റ് എല്ലാ പേപ്പറുകളിലും നമ്മുടെ 90-ഡേ ബാച്ച് ഇപ്പോൾ ആരംഭിച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കൂടുതൽ ഡീറ്റെയിൽസ് അറിയാനായിട്ട് കൊടുത്തിരിക്കുന്ന നമ്പറിൽ കോൺടാക്ട് ചെയ്യാവുന്നതാണ്. സോ അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളുടെ ഏത് സ്വപ്ന ജോലിയുമാവട്ടെ, സർക്കാർ സംബന്ധമായിട്ടുള്ള എല്ലാ ജോലികൾക്കായിട്ടും നമ്മുടെ CC ലേണിംഗ് ആപ്പ് സജ്ജമാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അവിടെ എല്ലാം ഒരു കോമൺ പ്രൊസീജിയർ തന്നെയാണ്. നമുക്ക് മോക്ക് ടെസ്റ്റുകളും ക്വിസുകളും കറണ്ട് അഫയേഴ്സിന്റെ കാര്യങ്ങളും പ്രീവിയസ് ഇയർ PDF ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസും എല്ലാം പിന്നെ നിങ്ങളുടെ പെർഫോമൻസ് അനാലിസിസും എല്ലാം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കിട്ടുന്നതാണ്. സോ അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് CC ലേണിംഗ് ആപ്പ് വിശ്വസിച്ച് തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഡൗൺലോഡ് ചെയ്ത് ഞങ്ങളുടെ കോഴ്സുകൾക്ക് ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യാം. So with this introduction, let us start our session. So today's session is extremely important, and I say that very consciously because we are now in the month of March, which is one of the most critical turning points in CSIR physics preparation. So the title for today's session is March Crisis in CSIR physics preparation and how to fix your preparation before it's too late. So now this is not going to be a motivational talk. This is going to be a clarity session. So where you can understand exactly where you stand and what is going wrong and how to fix it. So I'm talking these points based on my preparation strategies and what I have done and what I have faced during my March crisis. So, so let me begin asking you a few questions, few honest questions. So, do you feel like you have studied quite a lot, but still can't solve enough questions? So, next, you are forgetting the topics that you have studied in January and February. So, and when you open the previous year questions, they look unfamiliar to you. So, if your answer is yes, even to one of these questions, then you are exactly in the phase that almost every serious aspirant faces in March. So, it is not a problem of March, it is the problem of that middle crisis. Okay. So, in our human evolution, we will call it as a middle age crisis. In somewhat about 40 to 50 age, we will call it as a middle age crisis. So, here, March, since it falls in the middle of the preparation for this June cycle, we are forced to call by its name as March crisis. So, and let me tell you something very important. This phase is quite normal, but staying stuck in this phase is very dangerous. So you will have to escape from this phase as soon as possible. Then, in today's session, I will do 4 things for you. So I'll help you to understand why this March feels confusing, and will I will show you the biggest mistakes that the aspirants are making right now, and I will give you a clear three-step recovery plan. And finally, I will tell you to how to convert your effort into actual exam point of view performance. So if you follow what I say today, your preparation can completely stabilize within next 10 to 15 days. I'm not saying that your preparation can be completely fixed within no matter of time. No, it is just not like switching on or off something. No, it's not like that. Like if you follow my steps clearly, you can fix your problems within 10 to 15 days. So it will take that much time. It's natural. So, so the next is the March reality. So let us first accept the reality. So what are these realities? So we are roughly 3 months away from our final exam. We are only having 3 months. That is what I have said in the opening. We only have 90 days left. So at this point, your syllabus is likely to be incomplete, or your preparation is likely to be scattered, and your revision is weak, and your confidence might be fluctuating. So this is the phase where the students either they gain control or they completely lose their direction. So and the difference between these two is not the intelligence; it is the strategy. Even the most intelligent student can go down, and they may flee off from this preparation. I have seen and I have faced. So it is not your intelligence that is going to work here, it is your confidence, and it is your strategy, it is your method that you are trying to fix yourself. So please accept these realities before going to fix yourself. Okay. So I will repeat: we are only 3 months away from the exam. That is what most important thing is. Okay. So so this is the first major problem. So illusion of preparation. So you might feel that you have, oh, I have watched these much lectures. I have completed these lectures in the app. I have completed these fellows that 50 or 100 lectures in quantum mechanics. I have watched 150 lectures in classical mechanics. I have completed mathematical physics. Yes, true. I have read, I have gone through the notes, I have read the notes, I have printed it. Okay. Then I have understood all the concepts. Oh, yes. Then. But when you actually sit to solve a question, you will get stuck. Why? So you don't think that this is not happening for everyone. This is happening for everyone. Unless you are an inborn talent, this this brutal reality hits everyone. So because the fact is that the passive learning creates false confidence. Passive learning creates false confidence. So let me say this clearly. In CSIR, knowing the concept is not enough. You must be able to apply it under pressure. Okay. So you might be you might be the kings in your own room. You might be the kings in your own coaching institute, but when you are going to face the actual exam, uh, you will be going to suffer. So you have to be able to apply the concepts under these pressure conditions. Okay. So under these constraints, you will have to perform yourself. So that's where you have to shine. So I have seen my friends. I have seen my own incident where I could not perform. One time I have prepared well. All these things I have done. I have watched. I have attended lectures. I have read through the notes. I was performing well in the class tests. But for the final exam, I was defeated like anything. So sometimes this happens. Okay, so you should be able to cover, and you should be able to perform under these conditions. Okay, so the next problem, the second issue that we are going to face is weak problem solving ability. Weak problem solving ability. Okay, so especially in part C. So part C definitely is going to be a nightmare for all of us. So because in part C, you will be having questions which are multi-concept based. So they require linking ideas. You should think in such a way that you start thinking in classical mechanics and you come out in mathematical physics. So you should have to think in a link. And also, these questions are not direct to. So students, they often say that, sir, I know the concept, but I don't know how to start. So they are all well in the remembering these, memorizing these formulas. They are all well able to memorizing these concepts. Everything they will be uh, they will be performing well, but they don't know where to start. If I help them to start, they will go on. Okay, just like a car which is does not having an enough battery charge. So so there is no self start. So if you are able to start by yourself, because there I am not able to help you in the final examinations. So if you are able to start by yourself, then you will be going in the right path, or otherwise you will have to rethink of yourself. Okay, so that gap, that exact gap is that we must fix in March. You should not run late in fixing this issue. So by the beginning of April, you should be able to solve a problem without anyone's help. Okay, so so you should start by yourself. You should do the problem. You should lead the problem by your own, and you should end up in a correct answer. So you should not seek anyone else help in solving part C or part B problems. So that is the second problem that we are going to fix in March. Then this this is the third problem, forgetting what you have studied earlier. So you might think that this is the worst problem that we all are facing. Even I am facing. If I'm not teaching continuously for some 2 or 3 weeks, definitely I will be missing out something. So if I am not teaching this mathematical physics, especially this log relation under Bessel functions, so within no matter of time, I will be forgetting every formulas, every results. So all these, irrespective of whether you are a faculty or a student or you're a research scholar or anyone, we all will forget the old topics. Okay. So let me ask you honestly, how many of you clearly remember what you have studied in January or February? So do anyone have answer? Maybe very few. So and that is because there is no structured revision system. So January topics are lost. February topics are in the verge of fading away from your memory. So let me give you a strong statement. If you don't revise, you are restarting your preparation every month. So you should be revising all the concepts. You should be redoing all the problems that you have done. You should be going through all the examinations that you have already done. I'm not telling that you have to do it again. No, you should go through. Then it will be inscribed in your memory. All the blunders that you have done, all the foolish concepts that you have picked up while doing these problems might come to your memory, and you will be able to uh, recollect all those things, and you'll be able to correct those things. So, should not forget all the topics. So, this is the second problem that we all face. So, the fourth problem is the lack of direction. So, the most of the students are studying randomly. They are studying random topics. So, they are switching subjects frequently. So, some will start mathematical physics in the morning. They will get bored by 11 o'clock. They will switch to electronics. Then they will get bored by lunch. Then they will switch to quantum mechanics. They will sleep on steadily. Then, after waking up, they will be moving to nuclear physics. So, you are moving here and there without any direction. So, and the next problem is that you are following multiple sources. I have told you one of my friends. We have been teasingly calling him as a trainee by birth. So he has undergone net coaching in all the centers of Kerala, and he has undergone coaching in all the centers in Delhi, and he has undergone coaching in all the centers throughout India. And we cannot even step into his room because all the books of all the coaching institutes will be open, and he will be sitting in the center, and he will be what he will be virtually walking through all these things, all these concepts. So the result was that he didn't even qualify net. So if you are following these multiple sources, your brain cannot detect which is right and which is wrong. Everyone might be right, but the direction will be different. Okay, so if you are in an institute, or if you are under a teacher, or if you are under a coach, you have to follow his or her instructions. So that will do only good. So if you are not trusting your institute, then that will be an utter loss for you. So if you are doing these things, so there is effort. You are definitely putting effort, but it is structureless. Okay. So and without structure, your efforts have high chances to get wasted. Then the next and finally, the problem is the fifth problem is the comparison and panic. So while you open your eyes and look here and there, you might be seeing others study, others performing well. So they will be posting their scores on Instagram and other stories, and they will be discussing some topics that you cannot even understand, and that you might not even you might not have even heard of, and you might suddenly feel that, am I behind? All others are ahead of me. So this thought will definitely create panic. So and panic leads to poor decisions that will dig you out. So let me tell you clearly, comparison does not involve or improve your preparation. So it only disturbs your preparation. It will definitely disturb your preparation. So please do not compare. Let them run their own race. Let you run your own race. So you all are you all are not the different chapters in the same book. You all are different books. So let them discuss their own. Let them do their problems by their own. So you prepare in your own pace, in your own time, and your own time frame. Okay. So you are in a different frame of reference. Should not get panicked by seeing others. So I have stated five problems. I hope you have understood what are all these five problems and how these five problems have impact on you. So, having discussed these problems, let us move into our third section about the mindset shift. Okay, so you have to reframe your march. Okay, so now let us correct the biggest misunderstanding. So most students think that March is for completing syllabus by third month of 2026. I must complete whole syllabus of CSIR. It is not going to happen. Okay, so even if you are a repeater, re-repeater, or if you are even if you are repeating for a tenth time, you are not going to complete your entire syllabus starting from scratch to be completed by March. Okay, no, you are not going to do that. So, March is a month for converting your preparation into performance. March is the turning point that you have to accelerate yourself. Okay, so you have to shift your gears. It's time to shift to top gear and time to accelerate, move forward. So, you should not aim for completing the syllabus, you should aim for consistent preparation. Okay, you stay focused. Should not look into the performance that is going to happen in June. Just look into the performance that is going to happen in the coming examination. For competitive cracker students, you can focus on your examination on which is going to happen on this Wednesday or which is going to happen on this Saturday. So just think of that. Should not think about the things that are going to happen in June. Okay, so you should not oversee and forecast about the results or the things that is going to happen some in some other time era. No, so you should uh, build your performance. Okay, so now this is my golden insight. So CSIR examination. So this I consider as the most important line for my today's session. CSIR is not about how much you studied. It is about how much you can apply. So you don't get marks for effort. Okay, you are not going to be rewarded for your efforts. CSIR will not give you some um, what marks out of pity. So you will be getting marks for accuracy. So I have told you that once while I was preparing, I didn't study electronics, and I do not recommend anyone to skip any subjects. So what I'm trying to say or what I'm trying to convey is that even though I didn't study electronics, see, my syllabus completion is incomplete. And here and there, I have left out some topics. Okay. So I didn't study these group theory in detail, but only a simple what beginning of group theory only I have studied. I didn't even dig deeper into atomic and molecular physics. Here and there, I was incomplete, but I didn't concentrate on that incomplete portions. So where I concentrated? I concentrated on my strengths, especially in mathematical physics, in classical, quantum, electromagnetic theory, and statistical mechanics. These five papers I fully concentrated on, and I definitely got rewarded. So it is not about how much percentage that you have completed. Some persons will definitely ask you, so how much percentage you have completed? Has it reached 70%? Has it crossed 80%? Has it touched 100%? No, you should not touch anywhere. You should you should concentrate on the things that you have completed. Okay, so just focus on the things that you have completed and make sure that you can apply it anywhere as you like. Okay, you should be able to play with these concepts. Okay, so that is what I wish to convey. So this is my fourth section. So this is a three-step recovery plan. Okay, so if you are stuck in March crisis, so this is my three-step recovery plan. So this is the first step. First step is subject stabilization. So subject stabilization. Uh, stop trying to manage all these 10 subjects equally. Okay, you choose in this month of March, by the end of March, you choose two strong subject and one weak subject, and focus there. You should focus there. Why? Because the strong subjects will give you confidence, and in the light of these strong subjects, you can improve your potential in weak subject also. So because this weak subject improves your rank potential. So for example, I have told you why is this working. So this builds you confidence and improves accuracy in solving problems of these strong subject and also weak subjects, and it prevents overloading. So it definitely prevents overloading. So for example, for me, I'm strong in quantum mechanics and mathematical physics. So I will choose this quantum and mathematical. And I have comparatively, I'm weak in electrodynamics in the core physics area. So I will choose my electrodynamics as my weak subject. And I will do maximum problems in electrodynamics. So though I am strong in quantum and mathematical, though I am doing problems of quantum and mathematical, my 50% of concentration will be on electrodynamics. So I will be doing problems on electrodynamics uh, in disguise. So I'll be fooling my own brain that I'm studying these strong subjects. So I will be sandwiching my weak subject in between quantum and mathematical. So simultaneously, I will be able to cover all the three. So within no matter of time, I will be able to cover up all these three. So by the end of March, I can definitely say that I will be able to cover up all these three papers. Okay. So if someone is very strong in electronics and solid state physics, you can try this. You choose electronics and solid state physics and sandwich with quantum. If you are weak in quantum, then you study all these three together, because we only have left 90 days. So you study these three together. Then just send me the result, your results, whether you are able to cover up all these three papers within no matter of time, or have you have taken very less time than you have thought about. Okay, so this works. Definitely, this will work. So this was my plan. So this is what I have done. So I have proven it in my own results. That's what I am conveying now. Okay, so the next one, the step two, is the previous year question based preparation. Okay, so this is the second step, and this is the most important one. Okay, so the previous year questions must become your primary source. It should not be secondary. It should not be an optional choice. It should be your prime choice of importance. Okay, primary. Okay, so you just solve last 15 years of questions. You can start from 2010. So 2010 to 2025 December, you are left with 15 years of questions, 30 set of question papers. So you can solve all the 75 questions. So 75 into 2, 150 questions per year. So 150 into 15, 2250 questions are there. So that much a resource pool is there before you. So you can start from 2010, and you can see how the things are evolving and how the things are going on right now. You can, without any help, you can analyze your own what is going to be the next cycle's question. So if you solve these 50 years of question, definitely you can predict what is going to be the next cycle's question. Okay, so there you can identify these repeated patterns, the repeated concepts, and you can also see that the difficulty level stays more or less consistent. Okay, this what I try to say is that the patterns may get repeated, the questions may not be repeating as such. So, but the focus area will be the same. So the depth of concept will also be the same. So they will not play with the questions. So the difficulty level will almost be the same. Okay. So that has not gone down considerably. So let me say this: the previous year questions are not practice; they are the real syllabus. So based on these previous year questions, the new question setter is going to fix the questions for the coming examination. So solve the previous year questions and win. So that's what I intend to say now. Then, how to use these previous year questions. So, after solving these previous year questions, you should ask, was it, if you are not able to solve it clearly or not able to solve it correctly, you should ask, was it a concept error? So, was there any calculation mistake? And was it a wrong approach? So you should analyze. Without any analysis, merely solving and getting rid of these questions will not do any help. So you should analyze. You should analyze what kind of errors that you have committed: concept error, calculation error, or approach error. You should analyze. Then your improvement lies in your mistakes. Okay. So not in a new content. Okay. So everyone, please pay attention to solve these previous year questions. Then, this is what I have already told you. So you should analyze your mistakes there. Then you can definitely solve previous year questions with an intent. Okay. Then this is the third step is the revision system. Revision system. Okay, so the revision system is just like 3-7-15 rule. 3-7-15 rule. So you study a concept, you revise after 3 days, you revise it after 7 days, and you revise it after 15 days. Okay, so today you just revise what you have studied 3 days before, and after 7 days you revise what you have studied today, and after 15 days revise again. So if you follow this 3-7-15 rule, this ensures a long term retention of your memory. So this three step, it builds a revision system. Okay, so this is so this is what I try to convey every time. So why this? Why your revision is always failing? So many students have told me that they are revising it, but nothing is working. So because you are not following revisions consistently, so you are not following a systemic approach in revision, and you will be revising too much content in a day. Okay, I have told you a revision should be precise. It should not be like you are preparing it again. Okay, you are preparing 3 or 4 subjects per day. No, it should not happen. You revise one subject, you study one subject, and you do previous year question for another subject. That's fine. But some are preparing not like this. They are revising just like they are preparing. Then what is the difference between preparation and revision? I don't understand. So you should prepare, you should revise, and you should do problem. Okay. And also you are not tracking your revision and you are not tracking your performance. Okay. Unless you are analyzing these things, nothing is going to work. So track, analyze, and repeat. So this exactly works. Okay. So you should while revising, what you have to revise in the previous session, somewhat about 1 month before, I have told you to maintain a formula book. I also have encouraged you to keep maintain an error notebook. Then you should revise by studying these things, not on your notes again. I told you that you have to study your notes in such a way that you are not going to come back to it again. Then you should only rely on your formula sheets, your mistake notebook, and your solved examples only. Okay. Then reattempt the previous year questions. So then it will work. Okay. So the point is very clear. Revision is not reading. It is an active recall only. It is an active recall only. Okay. So then, this I have already mentioned. You should maintain your formula sheets or notebooks and previous year questions. Then now, let us move into our next section. These are the common mistakes that all aspirants, whether you are a repeater or a fresher, that usually commit. So you should avoid these mistakes. Starting new books. I have already told you that you are getting only 5 or 4 months preparation time, or that much preparation window only you are getting. So within that time, we are not able to cover these what large volumes of textbooks, these reference textbooks. Okay. And also you should avoid watching excessive lectures across YouTube, excessive lectures about through in all the social media and so on. And also you should avoid ignoring weak areas. Okay. And also you should avoid practicing C part questions. Okay. So you should apply your mind and might on solving these part C questions in separate. Okay. So you should prepare, should have separate practice on doing this part C, because part C can do wonders. Just practice it. It will be as simple as that anything. So so you should focus on part C. Okay. So while doing these previous year questions, when part C comes, you should not leave it behind. You should not leave it away. Focus on it, do it, and if you have any doubts, You can ask your teachers or your mentors. Okay, so you should not forget that part C is going to take you to new heights. Okay, so then the biggest trap is that feeling productive is not the same as improving. So you are only feeling productive. This is just like the Doppler effect. It's only an apparent effect, isn't it? So feeling productive is not the same as improving. Okay. So this is the second, sixth section is the practical study plan. So this is the daily plan for the people who are working, not for the people who are deliberately focusing on CSIR physics alone. For them, you have 24-hour open window. For those people who are focusing only on CSIR physics preparation, you should study 24 by 7. No excuses, no relaxations, because you are not working, isn't it? That for people who are working, you should dedicate uh, 2 hours on revision, 3 hours on problem solving alone, and 1 hour on analysis. Analysis. Someone has asked me, what is this analysis? Is it about closing your eyes and analyzing what you have done? No. It's better you sleep than wasting 1 hour. No. Analysis is where you have to analyze your previous year questions skills. Okay. And also, this is only a revision strategy. This is only a 6 hour plan. Rest. There is I have not included it here. You have 4 hours left. So for people who are working, you should now start studying for 10 hours. So remaining 4 hours, you should study. What to study? New things. You have to study new things. If you are yet to start some new papers, you have to start. If you are yet to complete some papers, or you are left behind some concepts here and there, you have to complete it there. Okay, so within that 4 hours, you should study and dedicate these 6 hours in this way. So revise, solve previous year problems, and analyze your studies. So within this analysis, you can just think of about what I have studied it there. Then you will think that then you will realize that you have forgotten something. Then you can analyze why it has gone wrong, like that. Okay, so and weekly weekly, definitely you have to take one mock test and one full revision day. Okay, one full revision day. So these mock tests are not for scoring, are not for taking screenshots, and it's not about taking screenshots and posting stories in social media. No, they are for diagnosis. Okay, exact diagnosis. Then this uh, is the mock test strategy. So while you're taking mock tests, definitely someday we will be down. We will not be able to study all through the day. So sometimes your marks may go beyond your expectation. So you should not fear your low marks. You should treat your low marks in such a way that it acts as the fuel to study for your next examination. Okay, so you should not fear your low marks. Okay, so then you should focus on accuracy. That's what you have to focus on. If you are doing only 10 problems, your aim is to your aim is to make 10 out of 10. Okay, you should aim to have no negative marks. So my own students, while the results of GATE has been declared in the last week, my own students in my college, they have told me that some one of those my students have missed GATE for only one mark. So the thing was that he felt not confident in solving a minimum number of questions, and confidence, that confidence, it is not a confidence, and that blind confidence has made him pay for this failure. So you should not worry about the number of questions that you have solved. Okay, so that doesn't mean that you have to solve only a single question and you have to sit idle. No, make sure that you are getting enough marks, and then you should not lose marks from what you have done. Okay, so we must be able to get rid of the negative marks. Sure, I hope it is clear. Then this is the last section, the closing section. So from tomorrow onwards, then you should not think that you are feeling behind, and you should not expect for linear progress. Okay, so talk about this mindset. So almost all aspirant, almost all, they will feel that they are behind, and they also think that the progress is not linear. So remember, even I have told you every time, consistency beats motivation, and clarity beats intelligence. Clarity beats intelligence, and hard work beats intelligence. Okay, hard work definitely will beat intelligence. Okay, so you should always remember this. Hard work is the winning one. Okay, so and your confidence comes from practice plus revision plus accuracy. Practice plus revision plus accuracy. Okay, so then let us move to our final section. So, from what to do from tomorrow. So you pick your three subjects. What just in a way that we have discussed earlier. Two strong, one weak. Sandwich your week in between two strong subjects. Start solving previous year questions. Start watching our videos in the app and create a revision loop 3, 7, 15. Okay, so create this revision loop, and you sandwich, you start watching our videos, and then create this revision loop, and then remember this. And if you fix March, June becomes predictable. If you fix March, June becomes predictable. So thank you for your time. And before we end, happy news is that our 90-day new batch for CSIR Physics JRF Victory batch has already been started. And if you wish to join, you can contact the given number. And I think the link for registration is also pinned in the description box. The number is also given there. And for more CSIR physics related updates, you can have the link of the free WhatsApp group in the description box. So you can uh, sorry. You can just uh, refer to this description box. So, if this session gave you clarity, make sure you stay connected and start implementing from uh, today itself. Okay. So, thank you. Thank you very much. We will see you in the classes.